We are doing everything humanly possible to try and see how we can add value to the effort that is going on.
Nigeria Air Force intensifies search for abducted Dapchi students. Federal government targets a regime of self-sufficiency in food production. And experts counsel government on the need to redesign the steel sector in Nigeria. Good evening and welcome to the news at 9. We are reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Kalu Otisi. Elizabeth Omorui joins me from Lagos, while Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun is in Kaduna. Chegono Aro is on standby in Enugu. Welcome. The federal government has described as reassuring the significant rise in foreign private investments in Nigeria owing to the success of its robust economic agenda. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this at a meeting with the visiting Qatari business delegation led by Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the report.
President Muhammadu Buhari said the promising economic agenda of the federal government designed to stop Nigeria from over-reliance on crude oil and imported food has in the past 2 years succeeded in turning the country into one of the most attractive investment destinations in Africa. He said with fertile land, young and energetic population, as well as strong legal and regulatory system that protects capital investments, Nigeria can only be greater. The president emphasized that apart from exiting its worst economic recession in more than 2 decades, winning the war against corruption, and significantly addressing the infrastructure deficit, the country has more than doubled its foreign reserve, and with massive growth in the non-oil sector, thousands of jobs have been created nationwide. Citing the strategic partnership between Morocco and Nigerian fertilizer companies as part of the success stories, President Buhari said today the country has over 13 functional fertilizer blending plants with another 4 in the pipeline. The president said in 2017 alone, Nigeria witnessed significant commitments and agreements by major global organizations in infrastructure projects. These include the $9 billion Dangote refinery and petrochemical complex in Lagos, $600 million Lafarge plant in Calabar, $1.3 billion public-private partnership with General Electric on rail track development, as well as the proposed Eni Ajib rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery. As he puts it, you can see clearly that foreign private companies are coming back to Nigeria and making massive investments within our existing legal and regulatory frameworks. Leader of the Qatari business delegation, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, said the global opinion on Nigeria as an investment destination of choice was made possible by President Muhammadu Buhari's strong standing against corruption and adherence to the rule of law. He expressed his delegation's willingness to invest in Nigeria's oil and gas, railway, aviation, and power sectors. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari says the era of agricultural products depleting the nation's foreign reserve through high import bills will soon be over, as the federal government is targeting a regime of self-sufficiency in food production and consumption. The president stated this while receiving letters of credence from 3 new envoys posted to Nigeria. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo again has the details.
The 3 new envoys that have now formally assumed duty in Nigeria include Lim Sing Seng, High Commissioner of the Republic of Singapore, Mrs. Shirley Hu Vicaria, the ambassador of the Republic of Philippines, as well as Nelson Ochega, the High Commissioner of the Republic of Uganda. At an interactive session with the envoy separately, President Muhammadu Buhari said with growing investments in the agricultural sector, favorable weather, and collective will of Nigerians to start feeding themselves, importation of food has been cut down radically and significantly. He described the agricultural sector as integral to the nation's economic blueprint for diversification in line with the change agenda. The president said, "It is pleasing that Singapore is also looking at agriculture as one of its investments in the sector was recently inaugurated by him in Kaduna. The bilateral relations between Nigeria and Singapore, he promised, will be further strengthened. This, he said, is necessary so that both countries can enjoy the benefits of competitive advantage, especially in exchange of ideas and technology that will enhance growth and improvement in the livelihood of their citizens." The High Commissioner of Singapore to Nigeria, Mr. Lim Sing Seng, said with Nigeria as a big brother of Africa, any investment in the country will result in highly beneficial growth for the entire continent. Singapore, he said, could go into partnership with Nigeria in exchange of technical skills as well as training of entrepreneurs and public servants. All the new envoys were earlier treated to a colorful and befitting diplomatic welcome on arrival put together by officers and soldiers of the Presidential Guards Brigade. Nigeria assures the envoys of cooperation and collaboration with their countries on economic, security, and other mutually beneficial diplomatic issues. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Service chiefs led by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Olonishakin, have arrived Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, in view of intensified rescue operations of abducted Dapchi school girls in Yobe State. Maimuna Garuba has the details.
The operational visit by the service chiefs to Maiduguri is to review all ongoing operations in the theater, especially the rescue mission of the abducted Dapchi school girls. The visit is to further re-strategize military's effort to rid the zone of terrorism, restore absolute peace, and ensure the success of the ongoing rescue operations.
While the military is soliciting for useful information from the general public, the military has not singled out the fishermen and farmers for this assistance. Rather, the military is asking for anybody that has useful information to this purpose.
Upon arrival in Maiduguri, the service chiefs went into closed-door high-level operational meeting. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
And various aircrafts of the Nigeria Air Force have continued the 24-hour massive air intelligence surveillance operations in search of abducted students of Government Girls Science Technical School, Dapchi, in Yobe State. Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, stated this while supervising the search operation at the headquarters of Air Task Force, Operation Lafia Dole, in Maiduguri, Borno State capital. Mohammed Ibrahim now reports.
After a closed-door briefing, the Chief of Air Staff said the Air Force has so far flown 50 hours of sorties across 7 sectors earmarked in the search operation. The extended surveillance is covering northern fringes of Borno State and bordering Niger Republic.
We are doing everything humanly possible to try and see how we can add value to the effort that is going on. We are very optimistic that whatever we are doing will ultimately, by the special grace of God, lead us to where these girls are, and so that they can all be rescued and reunited with their family members.
Aircrafts dedicated to the search, he went on, include C-130, Beechcrafts, jets, and ATR-40, all working round the clock to gather intelligence to share with other security agencies that require them.
We are collaborating, even the office of the NSA is collaborating with those countries. The Multinational Joint Task Force is also part of this process. Even the Nigerian ISR platforms are also supporting us.
In one of the such flights involving Beechcraft, the Aircraft Information Team captured images and coordinates of Malam Fatori in Abadam on the border with Niger. The recorded visuals are taken to the Air Force Base Central Command for analysis and sharing with other security agencies for action. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News.
19 northern state governors conclude meeting in Kaduna. Let's now join Suleiman for details. Good evening, Suleiman.
Hello, and nice to see you. The federal government has been called upon to declare a state of emergency on drug abuse in the north as part of measures towards curbing security challenges and conflict in the region. This was part of the resolutions at the end of the meeting of the 19 northern states governors meeting held in Kaduna. Muhammad Umar Ajingi has the details.
The prevailing security challenges facing the north, ranging from insurgency, communal clashes, herders-farmers conflict, cattle rustling, kidnapping, and armed banditry, dominated discussions at the state governors' meeting. In a 7-point communique presented by the forum chairman and the governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, the governors, among other things, emphasized the need to support the federal government fight against insecurity.
We believe in Nigeria. We believe in Muhammadu Buhari. We have a moral obligation to complement the efforts of the federal government towards securing the lives and properties of the citizenry.
The northern state governors also resolved to invest in education, to take the children out of the street, revive the ailing industries of the region such as New Nigerian Newspapers, NNDC, as well as Arewa Textiles.
We are all products of the public school system, and posterity will judge us harshly if we allow the public school system to collapse in the north.
The forum was also presented with an interim report of its Committee on Restructuring, which is to articulate the position of the region. On the abducted Dapchi school girls, the governors sympathized with the families and applauded the effort being made by the federal government to rescue the victims. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
The Group Managing Director, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Maikanti Baru, has reiterated the commitment of the corporation to sustaining the supply of petrol at the regulated pump price. He stated this at the ongoing Kaduna International Trade Fair. Abdullahi Muhammad has the details.
Managing Director NNPC explained that the scarcity of PMS experienced by Nigerians during the past months was a fallout of greed from speculators. He said the NNPC has set up an effective supply and distribution strategy that will sustain supply of the product in the nooks and crannies of the country.
We're also reassuring Nigerians that the queues have gone and they have gone for good. We're also reminding them, by the grace of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that government will continue to bear the cost differential as far as provision of PMS or petrol is concerned to the public. So these are assurances we brought to the trade fair, and we hope Nigerians will take the message quite seriously.
Maikanti Baru also pointed out that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has perfected plans to tap into the renewable energy potentials of Nigeria.
We have huge opportunities in the biofuels business where we are going to be using agricultural products.
Supported by the top hierarchy of the NNPC, the Group Managing Director visited Kaduna State, Pujo Motors, and NNPC pavilions at the trade fair ground. In Kaduna, Abdullah Muhammad, NTA News.
And with that report, it's back to you, Kalu, for more on the network news. Good evening.
Thank you, Suleiman. Ahead on the news tonight, Conference of Speakers transmit resolutions on the altered sections of the Constitution. Join us again.
Get Get an unfair advantage that puts you in front of everyone else. Be the first to have an immersive movie experience. 1,000 Naira equals 2 gigabytes. That's 30 hours of video content. With the power to broadcast yourself, the world is your stage. 2,500 Naira equals 7.2 gigabytes that lets you upload 120 hours of dance video. Get the unfair advantage, powered by Globe Data Unmatched. Also enjoy free YouTube and iFlix. Dial *777#.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigeria SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards to improve made in Nigeria products for export. We have developed more standards for products like sesame, cocoa, gari, and more, courtesy of our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turned around time for SUNCAP, MANCAP, and other certification processes. SON has intensified market surveillance, raids, and seizures to reduce substandard products in circulation, and offenders shall be prosecuted. Join SON in ridding our nation of substandard products. If you see something, say something. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standard.
The Vice Chancellor, Bayero University, Kano, Professor Muhammad Yahuza Bello, on behalf of the Governing Council, Senate, management, staff, and students, invites the general public to the commissioning of the university's ultra-modern Dangote Business School, built, furnished, and equipped by Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, and graciously accepting that the school be named after him. Date, Saturday, 3rd March 2018. Time, 9 a.m. Venue, New Campus, Wazo Road, Kano. Management, announcer.
Bros, I find correct words.
Huh? See the shop for that side.
I will call that.
Where be correct words?
Now the shop be done, now the next one.
Peter, see as people they pack, they go to the shop, go buy clothes. It don't reach like 5 days now. I just suspect this Tunde way this is where in Waka could carry Waka. See, I go blow whistle. I go blow whistle to go spoil.
Your whistle. Come on, go investigate the matter before you blow whistle. Whistle blood. Come on, come.
Thank you for coming.
Show first.
Come. Not only you the circle for this market. Why be say only your shop everybody come?
I just want blow whistle.
I go blow something. This will not be whistle blowing matter. Now MTN goodie bag.
What it be MTN goodie bag?
With MTN goodie bag, if you carry your market enter another level, whether not for Facebook or for WhatsApp or for Twitter, for as low as 25 naira.
25 naira.
Yes.
Or buy 5 when you like for 50 naira. Dial *131# to start.
So with MTN goodie bag, your business go pure.
Do you know that the Nigerian police now operates in the best international practices of policing? Do you know that the Nigerian police has been restructured to be more accountable and responsive to all your security challenges? Now, what the police demand from you is your trust, your collaborative efforts by providing necessary information about criminals and their activities in your neighborhood. Be vigilant to achieve our creed as we promise. We shall police the country based on international core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principle of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption, and we shall make Nigeria safer and secured under the leadership of IGP Ibrahim Otum Idris.
Let the wind of change blowing across the country chase away crime for the benefit of our society. Yes, the Nigerian police says this change must come with peace and tranquility.
This message was brought to you by the Public Relations Department of the Nigerian Police Force.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, will inaugurate the boards of parastatals and agencies under the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. The boards of parastatals and agencies to be inaugurated at News Agency of Nigeria, Voice of Nigeria, Nigerian Film Corporation, National Broadcasting Commission, Nigerian Press Council, Nigerian Films and Video Censors Board, Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, National Commission for Museums and Monuments, National Gallery of Art, Center for Black and African Arts and Civilization, National Council for Arts and Culture, National Theatre and National Troupe of Nigeria, National Institute for Cultural Orientation, National Orientation Agency. Registration of board members starts on Thursday, 1st March 2018 by 12 noon at the National Press Center, Radio House, Area 10, Gariki, Abuja. The inauguration of boards takes place on Friday, 2nd of March 2018 at 9 a.m. prompt. Venue, National Press Center, Radio House, Area 10, Gariki, Abuja. All board members and invited guests are to be seated by 8:30 a.m. Board members are to come along with their updated curriculum vitae, 2 passport photographs, and identity card. Announcer, Deaconess Grace Isu Gakpe, Prominent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Welcome back to the news at 9. Experts drawn from the steel industry, Department of Metallurgical and Material Engineering of the Lagos State University, and social entrepreneurs have recommended a redesign of the Ajaokuta steel industry and a joint venture management of the company as a major step towards reviving the industry. This was at the sectoral debate convened by the House of Representatives on ways to revive the moribund steel industry. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Onkwo now reports.
35 years after the establishment of the Ajaokuta Steel Company, the industry is yet to commence production. As part of legislative intervention by the House of Representatives, the legislators invited experts to make recommendations on how to get the moribund factory running. Speaker Yakubu Dogara had identified poor leadership in the past as the major impediment towards reviving the ailing industry.
The present state of Ajaokuta Steel Complex is more of an expressive metaphor of our ineptitude and bad governance over the years.
The experts submitted that in addition to redesigning the industrial establishments, there is need to send a delegation to Russia to meet with the first designers. They also submitted that recovered looted funds from the current anti-corruption campaign by the Buhari administration be used for its resuscitation.
Also, we would say that Ajaokuta and Itakpe must not be privatized or concession, but be owned 100% by the federal government of Nigeria and operated alongside the original builders only.
Completion of the supporting infrastructure, which includes internal and external facilities, such as rail link to Jakura limestone deposit, Osara dolomite deposit, the supply of rolling stock and rail tracks, etc.
Meanwhile, the members frowned at the absence of the 2 ministers of solid minerals and steel development and asked them to suspend any plan to consider concession as a platform for resuscitating the steel industry. Speaker Dogara, however, read a letter from the permanent secretary of the ministry, which explained that the 2 ministers were away on official engagement and that the ministry has not embarked on any shady concession process.
And I want to employ the minister, relevant minister, and the people working with him to respect the wishes of the representative of the people of Nigeria and put on hold any further plans to concession this bedrock of industrial revolution.
The House says it will constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the resuscitation process. This sectoral debate followed the visit of Speaker Yakubu Dogara to the Ajaokuta Steel Complex on 12th of February 2018 from the National Assembly. Ignatius Onkwo, NTN News.
Meanwhile, some members of the House of Representatives have expressed the resolve of the National Assembly to revitalize the Ajaokuta Steel Company in order to achieve the aims of its establishment in 1979. The members were reacting to some issues raised at the sectoral debate on the matter. National Assembly correspondent Kenneth Nanim now reports.
The members, in their views, believe that concession of the steel industry is not necessary, pointing out its security and economic implications.
The Constitution says development like this is not supposed to be given out.
Ajaokuta steel industry is one they explained would have played a leading role in the economic diversification policy of the present administration.
Nigeria has been neglecting one of the areas that should be the core crux of our developmental progress.
We are talking about unemployment in this country, and Ajaokuta has the capacity to generate about 2 million employment, indirect and direct jobs.
There's need for us to bring those stakeholders in the steel industry so that we can discuss how we can move the company, so how the company can be functional. And that is exactly what we are doing.
We have concession more than twice. None of them has ever worked.
God is going to deal with anybody that thinks that he will play this kind of political economy with this lifeline of Nigeria.
Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Abdulrazak Namdas, in a news briefing, put in perspective the resolution of the House on the entire matter.
We are setting up an ad hoc committee. So this committee, as the Speaker said, will be put forward on Tuesday. And we are sure all the revelations we have had today, ranging from mismanagement, conspiracy theories, all these allegations, will all be captured.
From the National Assembly, Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
For the past few months, state legislators have deliberated on amendments to the 1999 Constitution, following the transmission of these to the 36 state assemblies by the National Assembly. The next stage in this continuous process was the official transmission of the Conference of Speakers' resolutions on the amendments to the Senate President. National Assembly correspondent Dennis Adegunloye reports.
Chairman of the Conference of Speakers of State Houses of Assembly, Abdul Mumini Ismaila Kamba, who is also the Speaker of the Kebbi State House of Assembly, described the exercise as challenging but worthwhile, in view of the fact that it allowed the constitutional alterations to be in line with the yearnings of the people. Restructuring or devolution of powers, which the National Assembly did not go by, was a key point raised by the state legislators who requested for a review of the matter.
On behalf of the constituents, we want to plead that the bill on devolution of powers be considered.
Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara emphasized on the importance of the independence of the legislature at the local level and commended the state assembly speakers on their stance on this.
If democracy does not work well at the state level, it's like most of our people, the overwhelming majority of Nigerians will be shortchanged in terms of delivering the promise of democracy.
Senate President Bukola Saraki equally commended the State Assembly speakers, describing their commitment as a testimony of the growing stature of democracy in Nigeria.
As I said, I want to commit and thank you to courage, patriotism, selfless service, and devoid of partisanship, because that is also has been one of the problems in the past. We all left that and thought of the country and thought of the people we serve, and came up with this exercise.
The strengthening of the electoral and budgetary processes and dispensation of justice, Saraki noted, were key areas to benefit from the amendments.
And of course, for the youth, of course, we should not forget the too young to run. These are major issues that
the chairman subsequently presented the State Assembly Speakers' resolutions on constitution amendments to the Senate President. Legislators from Lagos and River State, who never forwarded any input to the deliberations, were urged to do so in the interest of the common national goal. From the National Assembly, Dennis Adegunloye, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Senate has passed the Federal Audit Service Commission Bill 2018. This followed consideration of the report of the Committee on Public Accounts. Here again is National Assembly correspondent Dennis Adegunloye with this report. He reports on this and the passage of some other bills at Thursday's plenary.
The Federal Audit Service Commission Bill 2018 emanated as a concurrence bill from the House of Representatives, and Chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts, Matthew Ohorigide, presented the report.
The bill is to empower the Office of the Auditor General to bring about proper accountability in public expenditure of the Federation.
I hope that this bill will expand the scope of the Office of Auditor General to cover some parastatals and agencies of the government that have kept themselves above board against the existing bill or act.
This is really what we mean when we say the fight against corruption. This will bring accountability, probity into the finances of government, And really, it's a big, major achievement. I want to commend all those members of the National Assembly, both the Senate and the House of Representatives here. This will go a long way in ensuring independence of the Auditor General.
Following clause-by-clause considerations in the Committee of the Whole, the lawmakers also passed the Institute of Environmental Practitioners of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2018, the Nigerian Aeronautical Search and Rescue Bill 2018, and the National Biotechnology Development Agency Establishment Bill 2018.
The agricultural sector, in the industry, in environment, and in the health. These are the 4 core subsectors of our economy where biotechnology is applied. Now, by saying carry out a well-focused research, we already have institutes that are already mandated to carry out research in the areas they are looking at.
To take an agency like this and totally remove research out of their mandate, I don't think you are doing them a lot of justice.
The report of the Joint Committee on Basic and Secondary Education and Health on the poor living conditions in Queen's College, Lagos, and the deaths of 3 students, and the report of the Committee on Basic and Secondary Education on the internally generated revenue and remittances of NECO and WAEC to the Consolidated Revenue Fund were laid. From the National Assembly, Dennis Adigmloye, NTA News.
The senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Senator Dino Melaye, has been arraigned before an FCT High Court on a 2-count charge of giving false information to the police. He has, however, been granted bail pending the determination of the case. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okiowo has the report.
Arraigned before Justice Olasumbo Goodluck of the FCT High Court, Senator Dino Melaye is accused of telling the police that one Edward Onoja David, Chief of Staff to the Kogi State Governor, masterminded an assassination attack with the intent to convict him for the offense, a statement which, according to the charge, the senator knew to be false. He was also accused of intending to harm the reputation of Mr. Onoja. With the arraignment, the defense then applied for bail, arguing that the law presumes the defendant innocent and should therefore be allowed to attend his trial from home. Although the prosecution opposed that application, Justice Olasumbo Goodluck granted the bail, saying in a bench ruling that nothing had been put before the court to convince it to do otherwise.
We picked holes with their opposition of the application for bail, that they were not competent.
We are interested in seeing that we have a sane society, and therefore we are not looking at the magnitude of the offense.
If the prosecution is able to prove its case, the maximum sentence for count 1 is 1 year, while that of count 2 is 2 years with an option of fine of 40 naira. And that is another assignment for the National Assembly, for our laws to be updated. But that's a long way off. What the prosecution will be seeking to do in court now is to show that even false information is an actionable offense. And that is what they will be proving on the 16th and 17th of May. From the FCT High Court, Femi Okiowo, NTA News.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the media should criticize the federal government constructively rather than trivialize issues. The minister stated this at the foundation stone laying ceremony of the Editors Plaza in Abuja. Anthony Forson reports.
The foundation stone laying ceremony for the multipurpose Editors Plaza is owned by the Nigerian Guild of Editors. In his remark, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed said the federal government is open to criticisms that are constructive and not destructive.
This is not about politics, about please report us in context. So don't say, oh, this government has not achieved anything. No, we have achieved a lot. And within 2.5 years or 3 years, when you give us credit where we have worked, it will encourage the government to do better. But I also want the fourth minister to understand that the partnership is beneficial to both. That we must have a strong, united, peaceful, and economically viable Nigeria before any sector can thrive.
We must never destroy this country through our headlines, through politics, and through hate speeches.
Chronicling the journey so far, the president of the Guild was full of optimism for the project.
This project is an investment in the future of the Guild.
Located in Guzape district area of Abuja, the project was initiated in 2014 under the leadership of Femi Adesina as president of the Guild. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has been commended for her contributions towards the improvement of education in the country. Director General Center for Women Development, Mary Ekpere Etta, said this while briefing newsmen on the UNICEF Legend for Children Award and President Buhari's wife. Basi Ita Ipang reports.
The wife of the president, through her pet project, The Future Assured, is in the forefront of campaign for women and girl child education, both in school and out of school. Her pet project has intervened in health, education, and the empowerment of women, as well as contributed in no small measure in improving the standard of education in the country. These achievements, the Director General said, necessitated the recognition on the president's wife.
This is all in support to aid the charity work and advocacy of Mrs. Aisha Buhari Foundation Future Assured Program.
The federal government of Nigeria is committed to sustainable development goals. And this is an important event to raise the issue of children, the importance they are in terms of education. And that's why UNICEF is part of this initiative.
The award will also be used to raise awareness and galvanize the Nigerian corporate sector in providing basic education and infrastructure in public schools. Basi Taipa, NTA News.
Lagos Network Center is next on our lineup, and Elizabeth is our guide. Over to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Carlo, and a warm welcome to Lagos. 51-year-old Noah Olayiwola Ayola, a businessman in Jos, has received the mega prize of a brand new Kia Cerato car at the ongoing Family Fortune promo of Access Bank with the slogan, Save Today, Take Tomorrow. Indeyang Andeyaba Gyang reports.
The Family Fortune promo of Access Bank, which began last year with Season 1, has houses, cars, scholarship and family holiday to Dubai for grabs. This promo...
As you can see, we are having some issues with reports from our Lagos Center. We'll hope to go back to them if the issues are resolved. Meanwhile, Africa's banking sector ranks world's #2 in banking market, plus closing figure of the stock market. Let's join Moplang Dakok on Business News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The total capital imported in the fourth quarter of 2017 was $5,382.9 million. The National Bureau of Statistics, which gave the data, says this was an annual growth of 247.5% and quarterly growth of 29.9%. The growth in capital importation in 2017 was mainly driven by an increase in portfolio investment, which went up by $5,516.2 million from the previous year to reach $7,329.1 million in 2017, accounting for 60% of capital imported. Africa has emerged as the world's #2 banking market in terms of growth and profitability. A report on the banking sector shows that the number of banked Africans grew from 170 million in 2012 to nearly 300 million in 2017. The figure is expected to rise to 450 million in the next 5 years, with banking revenue reaching $129 billion from $86 billion. An oil and gas expert, Apollos Chu, has appealed to oil companies operating in Nigeria to always engage host communities to enhance far-reaching commendations made at the just concluded First Petroleum Summit in Abuja.
Into business and you're transparent to the people and the people understand what you're doing for. They will really want to even to protect the facility because they understand that, one, it's not harmful to them, and even though there's a harmful to them, there's a control measure and a preventive measure to actually take control of the hazards that comes with it.
The equities market closed on a negative note today as the NSE All Share Index lost 1.12% on the first trading day in March to close at 42,843.38 basis points as against 2.44% appreciation recorded Wednesday. Transcorp, Zenith Bank and GT Bank were the most active to boost market turnover. Japan Oil led the gainers, followed by First Aluminium and Continental Insurance, as against losers topped by Vitafoam, FinCoco and Dunlop. That's the package. Thank you for watching. I am Muplang Dakok.
Experts at the 2018 Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum have called on the Nigerian oil and gas industry to incorporate renewable energy in order to key into the changing global energy supply. Aliyu Tukur reports.
Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producer and the 6th in the world, with reserves in the region of 37 billion barrels and gas reserves of about 192 cubic feet of gas, with potential upsides of up to 600 cubic feet of gas. However, in the recent times, the country's oil and gas sector has faced some challenges, placing the country at 13th position globally. These, coupled with the fact that oil-consuming nations continue to clamor for renewable energy options, are major concern for operators in the industry. Organized by the Society of Petroleum Engineers Nigerian Council, the Oloibiri Lecture and Energy Forum is aimed at contributing to the oil and gas policies development that will lead to diversifying the sector from oil-based to renewable energy in order to boost economic growth and mitigate the impact of future oil price drops.
We are in a unique position to provide unbiased advice to the authorities for the better good of Nigeria, without the accusation of working in our own or anyone's personal interest.
Nigeria oil and gas industry mantra, the 7 big wins, launched by Mr. President late 2016, has been able to provide solutions to the problems raised.
In terms of renewable energy, we see the potential to increase the energy capacity and availability with abundance. Currently, we have a large hydro potential of about 11,250 megawatts.
With the theme, the Nigerian oil industry in a world of changing energy supply, the lecture is the 18th in its series. In Abuja, Aliyu Tukur, NTA News.
We're glad to report that we've re-established contact with our Lagos Network Center as we go over to Elizabeth for more reports.
Thank you, Carlo, and a warm welcome to Lagos. 51-year-old Noah Olayiwola Ayola, a businessman in Jos, has received the mega prize of a brand new Kia Cerato car at the ongoing Family Fortune promo of Access Bank with the slogan, "Save today, take tomorrow." In Deyang and the Yaba Gang reports.
The Family Fortune promo of Access Bank, which began last year with Season 1, has houses, cars, scholarship and family holiday to Dubai for grabs. This promo saw Mr. Ayola, a telecommunication businessman in Jos, emerge the mega winner of one of the star products, a Kia Cerato car. Other consolation prizes were also won.
I've been banking with them maybe around 2008.
The zonal head commercial banking, North Central of Access Bank, Joseph Ikpayam, and the product manager campaign and sales management, Mojibade Sosonya, say
in the industry today we occupy a very premium position and we want to sustain that.
Access Bank is offering Nigerians the opportunity to eat their cake literally and have it back.
So far, Mr. and Mrs. Obinabo won a 4-bedroom terrace house at the Lekki area of Lagos. 4 families won a holiday trip to Dubai and 5 families won 1 million naira scholarship each. To participate in the Family Fortune promo, a customer needs to start a family banking scheme comprising a minimum of 2 family members who open individual saving accounts with a minimum of 20,000 naira in each account and grow the savings to 150,000 naira to 300,000 for 90 days or 120 days to qualify for the quarterly and mega selections. In Jos, Indenyan and the Abagyang, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. Time now to take some messages. More reports when we return. Stay with us.
House Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values is conducting a one-day public hearing on the following bills. A bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Television Act, Cap N24 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for independent and impartial television broadcasting for general reception within and outside Nigeria. A bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Television Authority Act, Cap N136 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. A bill for an act to establish a trust fund for the purpose of financing and strengthening Nigerian entertainment industry to spark job creation and economic growth, to provide for the management of the fund. A bill for an act to amend the Flag and Coat of Arms Act, Cap F30 Law of the Federation 2004 to regulate the display and use of the national flag, setting flag and national coats of arms, and for other related matters. The hearing is scheduled to hold as follows. Date, Tuesday, 6th March 2018. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Conference Room 028, House of Representatives, New Wing, National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Interested individuals and organizations wishing to submit memoranda should submit same to Committee Clerk, Room 327, 3rd floor, White House, House of Representatives, National Assembly Complex, Abuja, on or before Friday, 2nd March 2018. Announcer, Honorable Odubunmi Olusegun Dokun, Committee Chairman.
Your perfect family is under threat by germs. Infectious diseases are now the world's biggest killer of adults and children. Every day, 16,000 children under the ages of 5 and thousands of adults die from infectious diseases. These infectious diseases are caused by germs. They are everywhere. An average human being comes in contact with over 1 million germs daily. In unclean water, dirty surfaces, in the toilet, on cuts and wounds, on your clothes. Germs can cause deadly diseases like typhoid, diarrhea, flu, and cough. To protect your family from germs, use the power of Dettol's 1 Cap Full for surface cleaning in your bathing water, in your laundry water, for first aid, to protect your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol Sure. Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
There's such a thing as irresistible taste.
And you'll discover it in every pack of Chi Exotic. When you feel the need to just relax, get lost in the taste.
The taste of celebration.
So, indulge and get lost in the taste of the Chi Exotic range of delicious fruit blends.
Oh, I love the taste.
Chi Exotic Nectar. I love the taste.
Cold and flu can spread through the contact of hands. And in such situations, I can't risk falling ill. So I recommend Dettol, as it protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why I want to be Dettol Sure. Dettol, be 100%.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I knew what Grandma's secret was. I was so excited to sing in the choir.
And your shirts are always so white.
I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course, the trusted bleach which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our little secret.
It's no secret. Jik removes 101 stains. Just Jik it.
Lovely place, right?
Yes.
What's wrong? You don't look happy.
Take a look around. Why can't my hotel be like this?
I knew something was wrong, but I've got solution.
Solution? What?
Nanit.
Nanit?
Nanit offers you design solutions, building plans and construction, furnishing and equipping, financing, management, audit services, and many more services for a better hospitality business. Nanit, service with a smile.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
The Science Development Institute inaugurates project. Chiegono in our Enugu Network Center is on standby with details. Hello, Chiegono, you're on.
Good evening, Carlo. Good to see you once again. Nigeria will soon join the League of Exporters of Manufactured Goods. This is stemming from the support the science and technology sector is receiving from the current administration. The Executive Director and Vice Chairman, National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, Professor Mohamed Haruna, stated this during the inauguration of projects at the Science Equipment Development Institute, SEDI, Enugu. Susan Eze tells us more.
SEDI Enugu is identifying itself with my own community, because this is my home.
Those words of commendation from Professor Haruna set the tone for the event, which saw the inauguration of SEDI Security House and the gate, rebuilt perimeter fence and stone laying of the Advanced Manufacturing Technology Workshop block. Science and technology, according to Professor Haruna, is currently receiving support from the federal government more than ever before. With 9 research and development institutes already in full production and 7 more on the way, the chief executive of NASENI is optimistic that the future is bright for Nigeria's manufacturing sector. With the ingenuity and creativity of Nigerians will translate to mass production of goods for local consumption and export.
Several products coming out from SEDI Enugu, if they will be funded appropriately, people of Enugu, people of this community need not to be buying some things from outside the country.
Managing Director, Science Equipment Development Institute, Professor Sam Ndubisi, maintained that SEDI is committed to the task of producing first-class equipment for science, education, industries, and research institutes. Leaders of the host community, Akuke and Akukowane, appreciated the good neighborliness and community relations of SEDI. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
That's it from Enugu. Over now to you, Carlo, for more on the news.
Thank you. Sports is next on our lineup, and this will be after this timeout.
Makes a Naija mom powerful.
I encourage my kids to learn new things, and if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful to fight germs.
My family needs protection from germs. I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Be a powerful Naija mom with Dettol.
Whenever pain occurs, you want quick relief. Try Nurofen Express. It goes to the source of pain and gets to work in under 15 minutes. That's why Nurofen Express delivers fast and effective relief. Nurofen Express works at the source of pain, fast.
Being a mom is great, but when your child has a fever, you don't know what to do. I trust Nurofen for Children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effective relief you can trust.
Don't you? 3 Crowns Milk is low in cholesterol and endorsed by the Nigerian Heart Foundation.
3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
We want to buy Indomie noodles. 4 packs, please.
Yawa.
This is not my Indomie. Please, sir, it's not Indomie. Don't call it Indomie.
Sir, the taste is the difference. The difference is in the taste. That's why my brothers, my mommy, my daddy, and I all enjoy our delicious, so very delicious Indomie noodles. The difference is the taste.
Sore throats, it's often caused by bacteria and viruses. Feels like they're having a party. You need Strepsils. It soothes the pain, plus it fights the germs with 2 germ-killing actives. Double power in 1 lozenge. Bye-bye sore throat. Take Strepsils.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the daring and invincible Louis the Mosquito. Responsible for 200 malaria cases all on its own. Is there anything that can kill Louis? Morphine! Presenting Mortein Power Guard. Its powerful formula kills malaria mosquitoes fast. So, get Mortein Power Guard.
Dettol team is visiting schools to teach children how to protect themselves from diseases. Do you know how we get illnesses like diarrhea, cough, and cold? No! They are spread through germs which are everywhere. You collect germs that cause diseases. You pick up germs from any surface, like when you don't wash your hands after going to the toilet, while playing. And then you can get sick because of germs. That's why you need to fight germs to stay healthy by washing your hands and taking your bath with Dettol soap to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Wash, wash, wash your hands. What you have to do is bath yourself. Dettol soap every day. Wash, wash, wash your hands.
The 2018 West Africa Golf Tour FCT Classic tees off in Abuja as Nigerian wrestlers intensify training for 2018 Commonwealth Games. Tamara Ebiwe brings us more on Sports Update.
48 professional golfers teed off the maiden championship on the 2018 West Africa Golf Tour calendar, the FCT Classic, at the IBB International Golf and Country Club, Abuja, Thursday. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, who performed the ceremonial tee-off, highlighted the significance of golf in tourism development and national image projection.
The private sector to please invest more in golf especially. Sport is a powerful tool for showcasing a country.
Golfers from 8 different countries are in contention for the tournament, which enters day 1 on Friday. With 34 days to the commencement of the 21st Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia, a team of 12 Nigerian wrestlers across all weight categories are set for a close camping exercise, which will last for a month. This, the president of Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Daniel Igali, says would allow for proper conditioning and guarantee podium finishes at the Games.
We're hoping to have a good showing. The athletes have been in camp for over a month, and we have another about 5 weeks of focused camping before the Games. We hope to be in the Gold Coast on the 2nd of April.
Russia has been reinstated by the International Olympic Committee, IOC, after the remaining tests of the country